Hello, everyone, and welcome to my garage. This is a cabinet that we have out in our garage that just kind of become this catch-all cabinet. And so I just set the camera up and started recording and decided to do kind of like a declutter with me video. My name is Laura, and I am a mom of three. I have a dog and a cat and a husband in our little three-bedroom house. And so I try to declutter when I can if I'm noticing an area is not used very much and if I can organize it a little bit better. I do have another declutter video on my page where I decluttered and organized my kids' toys in their closet. So I can link that one down below if you'd like to see more of my crazy house. And I promise none of it will be aesthetic. This is real life. This is this orange cabinet that's in our garage that we never get into. And so here I'm trying to figure out how to work this little flashlight thing and get all the pieces together. And obviously that had to go. But there's some cool stuff, some walkie-talkies that we use for camping, our little pizza oven. We use this all the time for frozen pizzas. It's actually a great thing. Another little oven that we use when we're camping. Then here I have a Instapot that we actually got. It was on our wedding registry, so we got it like 8 years ago. Still in the original packaging, never used. And then I tried selling it on Facebook Marketplace and nobody wanted it. So the Goodwill got it. I'm sure somebody loved it there. But yeah, it was just taking up space and obviously not used in our house. So this was just our random little cabinet. There's actually 3 or 4 cabinets on this little bank of the wall. And I just went through the one. That was it. I just a little at a time. Inspiration striked when I was out there working out, and I was like, today's the day. We're going to see what's in here and put it to better use. If you've been around for some of our other videos, we talked about when we remodeled our bathroom and some other videos we've mentioned that this is actually the house that my husband grew up in. We purchased it from his parents, so there's a lot of stuff that was just left over. For example, this box is just a bunch of baseball memorabilia from Little League. His dad was the coach. And they never really got cleared out because nobody ever moved out and someone new moved in, just kind of switched ownership. So, 1998 baseball program, a little bit nostalgic, but not something we need to hang on to anymore, especially not in such a cabinet that we get to all the time. I mean, look at that 1992 to 1993 roster book. Super interesting stuff. It was fun to go through, but we didn't keep any of it. I sent it off to my father-in-law and he got to decide what to do with it. I mean, a framed photo of a white tiger, like, yes, absolutely, hang on to that. Very important. I think one of the hardest parts about decluttering is just deciding, is that something that you're going to use in the future? Is it something nostalgic you should keep? Is it something someone else would find valuable? Is there any value, whatever this like hockey, I was going to say hockey baseball card, but player's card, that maybe that had some value to it. But I think this here, a baseball hat that is stapled to a piece of wood, is not really valuable for anybody else. So kind of funny, kind of silly, but not anything that we kept. Also, apparently it's 2006 and we have a ton of CD cases. All of them ended up being empty because they were already transferred into that CD case you see on the floor there. And we decided not to keep the cases for obvious reasons because why on earth do we have so many CD cases? We do keep the CDs. They don't take up very much space, and it is nice to have the option to, add them to your laptop or play them in a car or something like that on road trips, but definitely don't need the empty cases. Also, there were a lot of cool things that were in there, but they were missing pieces, or like, for example, this one is missing the batteries. And so we would never use it and never reach for it because it was just, oh, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. But it's so cool. We use this a lot when we're camping. It's like a battery powered fan and light. And I'm really glad that I took the time to get it to work. So here's the after, our pizza oven in the front, just like we like it. And a bunch of the other random garage things in there looks much better. So I have this pile of stuff in my room, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's obviously kind of messy. And I just want to go through it and put things where they're supposed to go. And then these two boxes are like photos and mementos and like sentimental things. And I love these boxes, but I have no place in my house to put them. They're too tall to go under any of the beds. They're too big to go on like a shelf in the closet. And so they kind of end up on the floor in the corner. We had them in like our dining room and now they're here. So what I did is I have a hall closet. It's too small to fit these boxes. So I bought a couple different options from Amazon. This box, which has like little photo boxes inside, and then these, which are kind of bigger for like the oversized, kind of like odd size things. And together these fit on a shelf in that closet. So I'm hoping I can downsize into these. I think I might still have a couple things that are too big that I'll have to kind of find. Maybe I can find like a bigger one of these that I can make it work. So that's what I'm going to do today, is move those photos into these boxes. This is not what I should be doing with my time right now, but it's what I want to do with my time. And so I'm going to lean into that and see how long it takes me to move this over. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but this is one of those projects where I didn't feel like I needed to do it because it was organized. I had these bins, they were organized by photos, and they were kind of organized by year. Like there's one of them's like a Troxel one of them was like my college years. And I thought the big size was great for all these like random big photos that we got printed out. But I do not have a place in my house to keep these boxes. I wish that I did, but I don't know. I'm like, people have like extra deep closet shelves. Like my closet shelves are like a foot deep. They don't stay on there. So that isn't up on the floor. They've been passed around all through my house, and I finally decided I had to take the plunge and get a new organization system. And I have to say, it really works out much better when I put it away in its final resting place. So now getting into it, you can see just like how many photos there are. And a lot of these are like old photos that were family photos from Eric when he was younger and from when he was in high school, but then it's mixed in with like our wedding invite and like our wedding photos. And so it definitely needs to be organized, and it definitely has like, there's a lot of space in there. Like it can be downsized, but it's just so hard. How do you organize all of these and make them special? So I actually didn't get through as much as I thought, but okay, can't open this in one hand. But I filled up all of these. I basically just did it by year. And then some of them have like a ton of photos in it. And so this will kind of be like Eric's childhood photos. And then these are like all of the ones that weren't dated that we can maybe figure out what the dates are. But that is what I've done so far. Definitely takes up less space. I just have to get through the rest of it. Okay, it is a little while later and I have finally finished my photo project. If you remember, I had 2 of these and I've already gotten rid of one and emptied this one out and have sorted all of the photos and the memories into these other bins and labeled them. This one's even labeled like by the year. And then I've separated them between like my memories from college and then like Eric's memories from childhood. And this, as you can see, takes up much less space and will fit in the closet much better. So this is the top shelf of our hall closet, and it literally just is holding some spare extension cords, and we had some like plastic cups up here, and now this is empty. So this is where the photos are going. Okay, now I have fit them in there, put the extension cords, the cups back, redid my label. And you know what I love is that I labeled the wrong side. I labeled the short side instead of the long side. And am I gonna get the label maker back out and fix it? No, because 90% is still an A. Okay, so I've been working on switching out my daughter's hand-me-down clothes. 3 daughters, so like my oldest daughter's clothes are getting handed down and then they're growing up into the next size. So I just switched it out. So Summer just moved into the 18-month clothes and Brooklyn just moved out of the 2T into the 3T. So I have, you know, I gotta put away all the 2Ts until Summer grows into it. And so I was kind of pulling out my bins and realized that I didn't have the best organization system. I just kind of had it organized by size, which makes sense, right? But I had all of like my 2Ts in one, and I had all of my like 12 months in the other. And then I had all of my like 3Ts in another bin. But then as I'm switching out the sizes, I have to get out 2 bins. So when I wanted to switch out the sizes, I had to get out the 18-month bin, 18 to 2T bin, and the 3T bin. And then as I'm putting the clothes away, I had to get out the 12-month bin and add all the 12-month clothes that she had just moved out of. And so I'm like, I have all these bins. And I'm like, this isn't going to solve my problem in 6 months when I have to do this all over again. So what I decided to do was move the clothes in. So all of the clothes that are the next size go together. So like right now I have this that says Summer's next size is going to be a 2T. And then I put all of the winter boots because none of these shoes are going to fit them. Like I have a Summer shoes, it's confusing when your daughter's Summer. I have a like summertime water shoes. Like those are not going to be in here. And then I have winter boots, but then these are going to be too big. So right now I have a 2T bin, 2T and 3T bin, and then this one is all of the 2T size as well. And so I'm like, why do I have 2T sizes? Especially now that none of my daughters are in 2Ts. So I'm going to put all of them into one along with the 3T clothes. And then when it's time to switch out Summer into the 2T and Brooklyn into the 3T, I just have the one bin to take out instead of the 2 or 3 like I did this time. So this is updated now for one bin. Next time I need to switch it out, I just have a one bin to do. So that's it for today's video, cleaning out 3 different parts of my house that are just better organized than before and better utilized for our family the way that it is now. I hope you enjoyed watching it and hope you'll stick around and subscribe to see more Life of the Troxels. Thanks for watching.